Stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay, hey guys, welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Dr. Rita Louise. It's always really good when your camera craps out and you have to reboot your machine 1 minute to airtime. But I'm here live and in person. And actually I got to like pull my stuff together because I had a reboot. I don't have what I was going to talk about. Okay. So I just wanted to wish everyone, oh, hang on, technical difficulties. This is going to work. Okay, so hopefully you all are still there. You're still there. Okay, thank you. Okay. So welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Dr. Rita Louise, and thank you all for tuning into the show today amongst my technical difficulties. So tonight's show is very interesting. So someone had posted a thing. Well, first I want to say Happy Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year was on the 29th. And somebody had posted a meme on Facebook about what the year was going to entail based on Chinese astrology. And I thought it was really interesting because what it was talking about was very reflective of the characteristics of the upcoming cycle that we saw in the numerological vibration at the beginning of 2025. And so that's what I'm going to talk about. And this was actually new information for me, and it was actually pretty interesting, the little bit that I learned. So I'm just going to read this. Sorry about the glasses, and they're probably funky, but anyway. But let's start with some Chinese New Year basics. The Chinese zodiac works with a 12-year cycle with a different animal representing each year. And since this is 2025 and the beginning of the Chinese New Year, because they're based on a lunar cycle, this is the year of the snake. So the snake is the sixth animal in the 12-year cycle of the Chinese zodiac. It comes after the dragon and before the horse. So the snake, by nature, according to their zodiac, is cautious, intuitive, an introverted observer who is cool, mysterious, yet insecure and sensitive. The snake represents calmness and introspection. But the Chinese calendar, surprisingly, and this is the part that I didn't know anything about, is actually much more complicated than our traditional astrological chart, so to speak. And so the full Chinese calendar is based on a 60-year cycle made up of 60 possible combinations of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, and 12 animal signs. Now you're probably doing the math and going, that's not 60 years. But add to this, each element cycles back from being a yang year, which is feminine, to a yin year, which is more masculine. So yang wood follows yin wood. No, yang wood is followed by yin wood. So yang wood dragon is followed by yin wood snake. So this year is actually a yin wood snake year. And so each of these 60 combinations contain unique qualities and characteristics that can provide us with insights into a particular year, like obviously much more specific. So again, a snake is known for its intelligence, strategy, and charm, while the wood brings elements of flexibility and creativity to the picture. This combination encourages personal growth, deeper thinking, and thoughtful decision making. This year will emphasize adaptability, long term planning, and personal development. But this is where it got interesting, and this is where it resonated what we were talking about with the numerological value of 2025. The year of the wood snake is all about shedding bad energy. It's about shedding toxicity from our personality and in our character traits. It's about letting go of ego, letting go of the past, letting go of anger, letting go of love lost, or any issue that's no longer aligning with your path. It's about thinking about your roots and connecting with parts of yourself that you might not have seen in a while. It's a vibration that supports inner work, whether it's releasing unrealistic expectations of loved ones or getting rid of old bad habits. So as we navigate the year of the wood snake, it's important to remain both open to its opportunities and challenges, but the wood snake is about homecoming, coming home to ourselves. Now, doesn't this sound like what I talked about with the 2025 numerological year that we've just moved into? And if you haven't listened to that, I did that show either the last week of December or the first week of January. I think it was the last week of December, right before the new year. And so listen to that show. And what I think is so interesting is that this whole concept is being reflected not only in Western astrology, but also in Eastern things. And so it makes me go, so does that mean it's a more powerful vibration that these two concepts, one on an annual cycle or on a 10-year cycle, is reflecting something that's on a 60-year cycle? And does that increase the potency of what we're going to go through? One of the things that it did mention that I wanted to come back to, it's important to remain open to both its opportunities and challenges. And I think that that's really important to touch on, because often we see challenges or obstacles or things that are just a pain in the butt as being just that, a pain in the butt. But sometimes those things that we have to face cause us to really grow on the inside. And so if there's stuff going on in your life that just seems challenging or difficult, or you just want to be done with it, remember that it's also helping you to move forward into this new vibration. One of the other things that I guess I deleted it in my editing is that they said that this energy was going to unwind in its own time. So it's not like, oh, it's the year of the wood snake and it's all going to change today. We have this whole year for this process to move out and become incorporated into our lives. So I thought that was really cool, and I just wanted to share it with you because I thought it was really cool. Anyway, that's all I got. And no more technical difficulties, because there's not like 500 messages up there screaming. So I'm going to start on the saying hi to people. If you're new here and you would like to get a reading, please just type in capital letters, "I would like a reading," and give me a number from 1 to 3, because that's how many times I'll shuffle the cards, 1 through 3 times on your behalf. And if there's a message that you would like to communicate to me, please also put that in capital letters. But before I move on, I do want to remind you that Thursday Night Live is brought to you by the Institute of Applied Energetics. That's appliedenergeticsinstitute.com, where you can learn to become a medical intuitive counselor, or certified energy medicine practitioner from the comfort of your own home. And if there's issues going on in your life, please reach out to me. My webpage is soulhealer.com. That's soulhealer.com. And we can talk about things and kind of, whether it's your health, your relationships, work, you are having problems dealing with what's going on inside. I do a lot of work with people that are recovering from trauma or have issues with like emotional regulation. I work with anybody. I just don't talk to dead people. That's fine. And then one last ask, if you could go to my different social media links. It's Just Energy Radio on YouTube. Facebook, it's Dr. Rita Louise Live. Rumble, it's Psychic Doc. On BitChute, it is Dr. Rita Louise. And on Twitter, it is also Dr. Rita Louise. And like and subscribe or send me a friend request or whatever those things are, because it would just really help me grow this channel. And I do want to say something is that, so one of our chat room people, Unar, who I know I'm not saying it right, but I don't care. Unar, we're now friends on Twitter. And I get this, like something Unar, whatever is following you. And so I accepted the request. And then I sent a message and I'm like, Unar, is that you? And I was like praying, please be my Unar and not some other person that I'm like sending weird messages to. But we're friends now. So see, I could be your friend on Twitter. Anyway, that's my thing. Okay. So Amy was up first. She says, hi, Dr. Rita Louise. And then ERRT Radio came in the second. And they're early. And here's Unar. Hey, Unar. Okay, so Amy, she's first. Can I get a reading number 3, please? You sure can. And Raylan and Coop are like chasing each other. So who knows what's going to happen with them? Go on, go lay down. Go on. Go. Good boy. Okay, so Amy, this is your card for today. Okay, Amy, so I'm just going to say this. It's going to be okay. And I just want to share with you and pretty much everybody listening, this has been kind of a shit week. Not that, well, I don't even want to say that not that anything bad has happened. Okay, not anything bad has happened to me. But I know like 3 people that have gone into the hospital and this and like just weird stuff going on. And Amy, it's going to be okay. This will pass, and just breathe and just give yourself permission to let it go by. Okay. Instead of trying to fix it, it's not in your control. Just try to ride it out in being more in the present moment, or, breathing and meditating and doing those things so that you're not being so affected by what's happening inside. Okay. Okay. Where's my mouse? There you are. All right. ERRT Radio is up quick too. He would like a number 3 as well. Okay. Uh-oh. So for anybody new, these cards usually come up when there's something that you don't want to look at. There's a blockage, an obstacle, something in your way. But thankfully, this is the card that's right under it, which is good. It's really good because the next card was another one of these, but we're not going there because this was a good card. Okay, so let's see. So ERRT Radio, I'm feeling like this is just a little blip. I feel like, actually what they're saying to me is that somebody pissed you off. But I feel like you've kind of pulled it back in. You've got it under control. I kind of get the impression that some of this has to do with you having boundaries, which is good. You know, and boundaries are good, and we shouldn't feel bad about having and using our boundaries. Okay, so I want to bring up the topic that because you were able to transition through this so fast, perhaps look at what got triggered, because I feel like what got triggered tends to be a bit of a pattern for you. And you know how we talk about awareness, you know, becoming aware of what it is, that button that got pushed, which will help you kind of change it so that you're not being affected the next time that button gets pushed again, or at least begin that process of change and transformation that the wood snake offers. And I'm putting that other card on the bottom. Okay. All right, master player, radio and television evening. Number 2, please. You sure can. Okay, and here's your card for today. Okay, so master player, I'm feeling like there is something that you're supposed to be letting go of. I feel like you are struggling and kind of arguing with yourself about, and the word I'm going to use is surrendering to yourself, surrendering to the situation. I feel like once you sit there and have that be okay, then it's gonna turn out fine. It's what's supposed to be happening because you're shedding your skin. See, you're literally shedding your skin. And when we sit there and we try to stop the change and we try to stop the process, we just make it take longer and make it be more excruciating than it really needs to be. So surrendering is really a good process or technique, tool to learn how to do, even though sometimes it sucks and I have to argue with the universe about it, but it is what it is. And guys, as always, if these readings are resonating with you, I would really appreciate the feedback. Okay. Hey, Bradley, how are you? Okay, and then Unar says, will you pick a number for me, please? I sure can. And I'm going to give you number 1 because you're a number 1 kind of gal because we're Twitter friends now. Okay, and here's your card for today. Okay, so you guys know I don't do dead people, but I feel like there's this older woman, mom, grandma. I don't know if she's coming up in your thoughts, but I feel like she's around you. I feel like she is trying to provide you with some guidance. I feel like you're hearing what she's saying, but not really listening, if that makes sense. You know, I just feel, you know, kind of like what I was just saying about master player. It's like I feel like, you know, and the word I'm usually use is like the universe or spirit, but I'm feeling like it's like mom or grandma are trying to get your attention and listen and just freaking do it, surrender to it because she's not going anywhere. God, you're going to the bottom of the pile too. Okay. ERRT radio, so glad you figured it out. So ERRT radio, so what happened was it's 1 minute to airtime and I moved my computer a little bit and the camera just turned off. And I unplugged it and plugged it and unplugged it and plugged it. And it was not, I couldn't go on my little desktop cam, like my laptop cam. That wasn't working. And I'm like, it's reboot. So it worked. Yay. All right. ERRT Radio likes the new intro. So what do you guys think of the new intro? I really like it. Ohura, hi girl. And she says, yay, Dr. Rita, your hairstyle is awesome. Can we see your eyes? We can see your eyes and eyebrows. Well, you know, you go get your hair done and you leave with whatever they stick there. So, yeah, it just is. Okay. Hey, Christine, how are you? May I have a reading number 2? You sure can. Okay, Sin, so I see you down below, Christine, and I need for, well, I'm just going to pick a number for you. How's that? Oh, Christine's a number 2, and I'm just shuffling away. All right, so Christine, here's your card for today. So this is interesting, Christine. So I don't know if this has to do with a person, at least in this moment, or a situation, but I'm feeling like there has been something that transpired and you finally have like found peace with it, you know, that you have embraced it. I feel like it feels really good to you. I feel like there's been a struggle for quite a while in creating peace and harmony, you know, again, either with this person or in this situation. And I don't know, I just kind of feel this like kind of Zen place around you. So let me know what's going on, girl. So again, you know, if these are resonating with you, please, you know, post that below. All right, so hey, Sin, and I'm just going to do a number 2 for you. Okay, and here's your card for today. So, Sin, you know, it's been a while since you've been here, but I feel like, you know, and I'm kind of going back to when you first started coming into the chat room, that you're kind of pulling yourself together, pulling your life together. I feel an increased sense of like confidence and self-assurity about yourself, who you are, what you want, where you're going. I feel like, I mean, those words are not conveying exactly what I want. You know, but that your self-love and your just liking yourself and being less scared, you know, less broken is coming to the surface. You know, I just feel like there's a stronger sense of self. That's what I want to say. I feel like there's a stronger sense of self that you're projecting today. So good job. And I will bet as you keep doing this, this will be reflected in your relationship space. Okay. Veronica likes the glasses. Veronica, I have glasses all over my house. Okay, and Veronica would like a reading number 3. And she said, I missed that show. Veronica, it was really a great topic, you know, and you can listen. If you go on, like you're on Facebook today, but if you go on YouTube and scroll back, the title of it was like 2025, your year ahead. And it just has the intro part. It doesn't have the whole show, not in the live tab, but in the video tab. And so just FYI, you guys, you know, if you miss a show and you wanted, you know, just hear the beginning part, I do separate that out and post it as a separate file on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, you know, all of the streaming services, so you can just hear that week's message. Oh, and Veronica, and I'm just mixing. All right, I'm done mixing. All right, and that's your card for today. So interesting energy, Veronica. I just am feeling like I mean, the picture that you're showing me is like you're pushing, I'm going to say people away, you know, more I want to say men away. I'm feeling like you're really wanting to like find and have and hold your space. I feel like you're getting tired of sharing it. You're getting tired of having it be messed with. You know, it's sometimes we have to go through that anger place so that we can make a decision for ourselves of what we want and how we want to feel on the inside. And, you know, sometimes it's just really good to have space to get to know who we are without the influence of other people in it. So I think it's good. It might be funky, but I think it's good. Okay. ERT Radio says, thank you. Lola. Hi, Lola. So Lola, oh yeah, I'm pretty close to the bottom. So if you would like a reading, give me a number between 1 and 3. That's how many times I'll shuffle the cards, and I'll give you a free reading. And then Veronica says, love that Chinese astrology lesson. I didn't know much about that. Me either. That's why I just was reading it, because it was all brand new information. And so it was just easier. Sorry. Okay. So Horace says, thanks for the good news and positive words. May I have a reading, please? Number 3. Thank you indeed. Ohora, you sure can. Number 3 for Ohora. Okay. And that's your card for today. Okay, this is interesting. So, Ohora, I kind of get the feeling that you like have, I'm going to say, the heebie-jeebies, you know, so I'm feeling into your energy, and I'm just feeling like stuff curling all on me, just like on the inside. It's just upset, not necessarily emotionally upset, but I mean, there's a very somatic thing happening. Okay, I'm going to add on to this. So I feel like, I mean, your body is fairly grounded. Okay, so everyone pay attention to this. You know, so we can have a grounding cord that can go into the earth, but our auric field, the area around our body, for many people, it does not go all the way down around us. I mean, our aura should be like a giant egg. And so sometimes the egg is kind of like the bottom of it is sitting, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches above floor level, which allows all kinds of other funky energy to come in, and we can't discharge it because it's not connected to our grounding. And so while we're sitting here in Ohora, you in particular, I would just like for you all to imagine that that bubble is going all the way down underneath you and connecting to your grounding cord, which is a line of energy that starts at the base of your spine at your first chakra and goes all the way down to the center of the planet. And then just take a nice deep breath and set your grounding cord on release, and just allow anything that you're holding on to, including anything in your auric field, to be released and let go. And so when we're feeling jittery inside, Just that, just doing what we did right now. How long did that take us? Not even a minute. Might be one, it's a mindfulness practice, it's a meditative practice, but sometimes all we need to do is kind of get our energy moving and flowing again to bring us back into the present moment. So there, you all learned a good lesson today. And if you're finding, again, value in what's going on, I would appreciate you leaving a little something, something in the tip jar. And you can go to soulhealer.com/live. And there's a link for PayPal where you can just send something via PayPal, or there's shopping carts where you can send a tip through the shopping carts. So what is that doing on? All right, better. So, all right, now I lost my spot. But anyway, soulhealer.com/live, tip jar. All right, where are you guys? Thank you. There you are. Okay, Amy says, interesting info about the Chinese calendar. Didn't know about the masculine, feminine cycles of the years. Thank you. I didn't either, and I didn't know about the incorporation of the elements. And it reminded me a little bit of like the Mayan calendar. Not that I could explain that to you, but they have this wheel that has so many days and this wheel that has so many days, and they kind of chunk together and give you this weird combination of vibe energies. So Marco's here. We can start now. Okay. Okay. Marco says I look tired. Marco, you're supposed to say I have good hair. Okay. Amy says, thank you for the spot on reading. Needing to hear that. You are so welcome, Amy. Hey, Don, I'm here. I need a great reading. Number 3. I'm pretty upset today over what happened at the Reagan airport. Oh, yeah. Don, there's just like so much going on our planet right now that it's almost hard to like put all of this information into your head all at one time and process it. So, and everybody, maybe we could just take one moment. Thanks for the reminder, Don. Just take one moment to close our eyes and just, send kind thoughts to the people that were involved in that accident. So if you don't pay attention to the news, a military copter collided with a plane, a passenger plane, and I don't remember how many people died, but it was right over Washington, D.C. People are kind of freaking out. So, but if you could keep them and their families in your thoughts and prayers, that would be great. All right, Don, this is your card for today. Okay, Don, so I'm going to say this. It's okay to have bad days, and it's okay to be emotional, and it's okay to be upset, and it doesn't mean that you're going back into anything. It just means that you're human, and that this will pass for you at some point in time, I think, using your tools, being mindful, grounding, meditating, tapping, whatever it is that you do would be good to do. If they're not working, that's fine too. But I'm going to say what I said last week, and especially this week, that you're not cycling back. Because if you pay attention to where you are now, where your thoughts, where your emotions are, yeah, you're upset, but you're not there. And you know what I mean when I say you're not there. You're over here, you're upset, but you're not there. And that's how you measure healing. Okay, tell me if that makes sense. I know it totally makes sense, but just validate for me that it makes sense to you. Okay? Okay, ERRT Radio says, thank you, very interesting. Marco says, Rita, did you send my birthday card yet? It's next Tuesday. I did not. I guess I better go to the store. Okay. Okay, Crizzy Cat. Hey, you're a new face. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm Dr. Rita Louise. And you sure can have a number 3. I knew this was going to happen. Okay, Crizzy Cat, you got a mask card. Ooh, not good. And so if you, I don't recognize you, so I'm going to say this again. So a mask card usually comes up when there's an energy that is being blocked, that you don't want to look at, that there's something that you're putting over there. And I will pull cards till I feel like the energy shifts or the energy clears. But the next card was another mask card. Okay. Oh, girl, you got like stuff going on. Got another mask card. All right, there you go. All right. So that card finally clears it, but there was all this in between with a mask card right plunk in the middle of it. One of the things that I'm feeling is that you're not listening. You know, I feel like you're looking for guidance. You're looking for answers. I feel like there's almost a certain amount of desperation in your space about moving forward. And there's definitely a piece of fear tied to that. Thus, the mask cards. And I would just like to suggest just stopping and taking a breath and taking a step back from what's going on and allow it to happen, allow it to progress forward. You know, this year, what was reflected in the show I did about 2025 and then this wood snake thing is about allowing it to be in the flow and getting ego out of the way. So allow your ego to move out of the way so that you can move forward, you know, and open yourself up and bring the question into your heart. You know, what do I want to do next? What, you know, and make it be a little piece, you know, not this big picture thing, but what do I need to do now? Or what do I need to do next? And allow the information to come into you in that way. I hope that helps. We're putting all them funky mask cards on the bottom. Okay. Okay, Veronica says reading number 1 was on Facebook, which never comes first. Veronica, didn't I do a reading for you? I did one for you. Okay, I'm moving along, Veronica. And then Dawn says, P.S. I'm here on Facebook, not YouTube, because it was asking me to sign. Never had to. You know, why do spam people think that it's okay to call you at almost 8 o'clock at night? I don't get it. All right, lots of commentary. Vodka cranberry, Rita's drink. Hi, Pat53 would like a reading. Didn't give me a number. I'm going to do a 3 because I'm doing a 3 for Pat53 because it's Pat53. Okay. Okay, Pat53. And welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm Dr. Rita Louise. I don't recognize your YouTube name. I might know you, but I don't recognize that name. Here's your card for today. Oh, Pat said number 3. See, I must be psychic. All right, so Pat, 53. Oh. So Pat, I'm not even sure how to say this or that I necessarily want to say this, but have you been having like some addiction issues going on? I just feel like you're having a hard time kind of getting out of your own way. I feel like you tend to do things without really thinking about the consequences. You know, maybe the word would be like you tend to be a little bit impulsive. You know, so perhaps it's time for you to kind of slow things down, so that you don't keep biting your nose off in spite of your face. Um, I feel like that cause and effect situation is not really working for you. But I feel like if you sit there and before you act, if you stopped and asked yourself, like, do I really want to be doing this? Again, slowing it down, it will help to break up this cycle that you're in. Let me know if that makes sense. And again, anyone, you know, that I've done a reading for, let me know. So Christine says, yes, my reading is on point as always. I've been struggling, but I do feel at peace. Thank you. You're so welcome. And Master Player says, thank you, Rita. And then Lola says, number 2, you sure can, Lola. Okay, and that's your card for today. So Lola, when I look at your energy, I just feel like you're kind of antsy right now. I feel like you're ready for, I'm going to say, an adventure. I feel like, you know, and I'm going to say this, and I love you. You know, I love you. But I feel like life and responsibilities have really kind of tied you down. And not that you're depressed, but you could use a break. So maybe you could get a break. Maybe you could get away for the day or a weekend where you can go and recharge your batteries, you know, and have an adventure. Because I feel like you will feel a whole lot better coming back into the situation. I just feel like you feel run down, and underappreciated and stuff. I'm gonna pout. I'm gonna pout for you. I'll tell you what. You know, these mash cards have been everywhere tonight. Thankfully, they haven't come up in every stinky reading. All right. All right. So Unar says, you have given me something to think about for sure. I love the positive advice you give. You're so welcome. Thank you. All right. Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Would like a reading number 3. Got cards flying everywhere. Okay, so Sandy, that's your card for today. Okay, Sandy, so I feel like you're kind of at a crossroad in your life. I feel like there's some decisions that you may need to make, or a decision that you need to make. And it's interesting because I feel like you've already made the decision, but there's a part of you that keeps trying to talk you into like going this way instead. Because I feel like there's more than one choice that you can be making. And basically what I want to say is the one that keeps calling to you, the one that keeps coming up, the one that feels right, the one that has the energy on it, that's the one that you should go with, because a yes is a yes and a no is a no. And I feel like the other ones are no. And the one that keeps coming up for you is a yes. So go with the yes, because that's where the universe wants you to go. So cool. So Horace says, thanks again. My question was about a close friend suddenly ghosting me for 3 months, and I don't know if I should talk to my friend about it or not. Oh, I have not been responding to commentary, kind of reading things, but I'm going to respond to this because it really has to do with like relationships and narcissistic personality. So I'm not really looking at your friend, but I'm just giving this as a general piece of advice to everybody in the room. If the person is a close friend and they ghost you, you have to make the decision of, do you really want to have them in your life? And if you realize that, I mean, because you can have a close friend, but they can be a bitch. And then they ghost you, and it's like, do I really want to bring their energy, their vibration into my space again? And if the answer is no, then don't feel bad about letting it go. And if you're letting it go, you don't need to explain it. Now, if you want to recreate the relationship and have that person in your life, then go for it. I mean, that choice is really yours. But if you're not feeling it, don't feel obligated that it's the higher thing to do by talking to them about it, because talking to them about it only opens the door for them to come back in. Okay? All right. Horace says, I'm going to do the practice you told us today. Anytime I remember my friends. Cheers to you. Thank you. So Dawn is responding about the airplane crash. There were 67 people all total. That's a lot of people. Hey, Antone, how are you doing? So Dawn said, yes, it makes sense. Thank you. Love to you. Love to you, Dawn, too. All right, not really understanding, so I'm just going to move on. Please open the sun. Pat says, no addiction beyond sugar, of course, uncertain about the rest of the reading. An addiction isn't necessarily about something you're ingesting, but it could be a behavior or a practice that you have that is keeping you from doing other things, and there's a compulsive nature to it. And so, I do these readings and they go through my head. And so it's hard for me to kind of reflect back. But yeah. And Dot says, I just wish to let you know I love your show. I really get bent if I miss it. Thank you, Dawn. I love you too. Hey, Sandy, how are you? And then Marco says, Rita, hello. And I'm at the bottom of the list. Okay, so anybody have any questions? If there's anybody hiding in the background, Antone, do you want a reading? Because I got time. So I have to tell you, number 3, okay. So I don't know how many people actually show up to these lives. There's how many people that come into the chat that I can monitor. But when I've looked at like the Facebook stats, I mean, I'm getting like 300 people viewing this show, but I don't know if there's 300 people like hanging out in the background, hanging out in the shadows. So if you're hanging out in the shadows, come in and say hi. I would love to say hi. Okay. And I should pay attention to that. Oh my God. Uh-oh, Antone, you got a math card. That's not too bad. I'm going to go with this one, though. Okay, but I'm going to go with this card here. So, Antone, I feel like there's been kind of a shift in your energy, please. And yeah, there's enough time for you to respond. Um, I feel like you've kind of decided, not 100% sure, but kind of decided that you're really going to start liking yourself and stop beating yourself up and kind of bringing yourself to the table and having that be okay. I feel like you are letting go of your concern about what other people think of you and are just really moving into being your authentic self. It's going to be interesting. And, my regular people, Amy, Marco, ERRT Radio, Master Player, you guys, this year is about change. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch as this year progresses, because I'm not going anywhere, to see how these readings shift and this dynamic shifts, because it seems to me that people are already in this transition mode and it's just not even February yet. So anyway, that's my commentary. All right, so Master Players say, great show tonight. Yay. And Marco wants to remind me his birthday is on the 4th. Stephen. Hi, Stephen. Don't know who you are, but hi, Stephen. I'm Dr. Rita Louise. I'm glad you like my shirt. I got khaki camo pants on too. All right. All right, guys. You got anything else? Because it's 5 minutes to. I'm just going to go through my thing. So again, if you are finding value in this show, if you would leave me a little something in the tip jar by going to soulhealer.com/live. That's soulhealer.com/live. And leave me a little something. I would just really appreciate that. And again, visit my social media links, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, BitChute, Twitter, and like and subscribe to those different channels. Like I said, Unar and I are now Twitter friends, and we're visiting on the chat thing. So that's really super cool. Anyway, so I'm going to call it, almost call it a night. But as always, if you would like to schedule a private consultation with me, please go to my webpage, soulhealer.com. That's soulhealer.com, where you can reach out or get any of my amazing books that come autographed, which is priceless right there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Till next week, I'm Dr. Rita Louise. This is Thursday Night Live. Be blessed.